Hello students, welcome to this channel again. I am here before you once again presenting a question from the miscellaneous exercise of NCERT class 12 chapter 7 integrals, and it is based on the indefinite integral property and the integration by parts formula. The integration by parts formula states that f of x, let two real valued functions f of x times g of x dx, if we integrate it indefinitely, then our result will be f of x times g of x dx minus f dash x of, means the derivative f dash x is the derivative of f of x with respect to x. So minus f dash x into g of x dx integral. These two functions product, and this net function call it as h of x. This h of x integral, understood, with respect to x, and plus obviously an integration constant. And in indefinite integration we must use the integration constant. So similar, on the same lines of procedure, we have solved and illustrated the question number 24, and we have to integrate this function given here, f of x. F of x is equal to x square plus 1 times log of x square plus 1 minus 2 log x divided by x to the power 4. Now how we will solve it, students? We will use the integration of substitution and integration by parts. Two different techniques will be used in order to solve this indefinite integral. We will see how. So f of x is equal to x square plus 1 times log x square plus 1 minus 2 log x divided by x to the power 4. That implies f of x dx integral is equal to integral of root over of x square plus 1 times log x square plus 1 minus log x square divided by x4 dx. Why? 2 log x is nothing but log x square when the base is same, constant base. M log b base a is equal to log b to the power m base a. The property is used. Understood, everybody? Has everybody understood? Very nice. So that implies log f of x dx integral is equal to integral of root over of x square times log of 1 plus 1 by x square. How? Log a minus log b for the same base is equal to log b by a. We have read it since the chapter continuity and differentiability. So log of x square plus 1 minus log x square is nothing but log of x square plus 1 divided by x square, which is log 1 plus 1 by x square. So now we will use some appropriate substitution so that the calculation of the indefinite integral becomes extremely simple, accurate, and not consuming large amount of time. So here I am taking x is equal to tan phi, where phi is a parameter. So x, upon substituting x is equal to tan phi, and I differentiate x with respect to phi, so that then I obtain dx is equal to secant square phi d phi, sec square phi d phi. That implies f of x dx integral is equal to, I simply substitute x by tan phi. So on the same lines of procedure, I obtain integral f of x dx is equal to indefinite integral of tan square phi plus 1 root over times log of 1 plus 1 by tan square phi divided by tan to the power 4 phi. Times, now I have to substitute dx. Here I have made a mistake, students, if you have noticed, dx. So this dx has to be substituted with some function of phi d phi. So where f of phi is secant square phi. So sec square phi d phi is nothing but dx. Okay, I've substituted dx with sec square phi d phi. Now it is a function of phi and we have to integrate it with respect to phi. Now the integration is with respect to phi, and after evaluation we'll substitute it with x. So now our function is root over of tan square phi plus 1 into log of 1 plus 1 by tan square phi into sec square phi divided by tan to the power 4 phi. Understood? Now tan square phi plus 1 is sec square phi. Sec square phi root over is sec phi. Sec phi into sec square phi is sec cube phi. It's as simple as that. And the denominator is tan to the power 4 phi. And 1 by tan square phi is cot square phi. 1 plus cot square phi is cosec square phi. Now I write sec cube phi as, since sec phi is 1 by cos phi, sec cube phi is 1 by cos cube phi. Tan to the power 4 phi is nothing but sin phi by cos phi to the power 4, since tan theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta. So I simply substitute sec cube phi by 1 by cos cube phi, tan 4 phi by sin to the power 4 phi by cos to the power 4 phi. If we just simplify this expression by cancelling the all common terms and simplifying the expression, obtain the indefinite integral of f of x dx is equal to integral of cot x cosec cube x log cosec square x d. Beg your pardon, I am begging your pardon. F of x dx is equal to nothing but 1 by cos cube phi into cos to the power 4 phi by sin to the power 4 phi log of cosec square phi d phi. I am extremely sorry, the variable of integration is phi now. So 1 by cos cube phi divided by sin to the power 4 phi cos to the power 4 phi into log cosec square phi. I have just simplified this expression. I have taken this term, inverted it like this, and I will just cross multiply and simplify this. I hope there is no more doubts in this page. Let's move forward. Now look carefully. F of x dx. So in the last page we saw I just cross multiplied this expression cos phi by sin to the power 4 phi. So f of x dx is cos phi by sin to the power 4 phi log cosec square phi d phi. Understood? We have done the substitution. We have simply simplified the expression after substituting the integrand. And that implies f of x dx integral is equal to cot phi cosec cube phi log of cosec square phi d phi. How? Cos phi by sin phi is cot phi. 1 by sin cube phi is cosec cube phi. This I can write as, isn't it? This is cot phi cosec cube phi. Understood? So I am just simplified it. Cot phi into cosec cube phi into log of cosec square phi d phi integral. Now I am considering the integral for simplicity. I am considering f of x dx integral to be I, and now I perform another substitution. And this time the substitution is, I take cosec square phi, to be gamma. Okay, gamma is equal to cosec square phi. I assume that cosec square phi is now gamma. So I differentiate gamma with respect to phi. So when I perform d phi by d gamma, see, phi is equal to cosec square, gamma is equal to cosec square phi. So d gamma by d phi is equal to, I use chain rule. I simply use the chain rule and I obtain the result. So 2 cosec phi, and we know the derivative of cosec phi is minus cot phi cosec phi. So I d phi is equal to 2 cosec phi into minus cosec phi cot phi d phi. Understood? Minus cosec phi. I take the d phi term to the right hand side. So I obtain d phi is equal to minus 2 cosec square phi cot phi d phi. Why now everybody understood? is into cosec phi into minus cot phi cosec phi. Understood? I simplify it and I obtain minus 2 cosec square phi cot phi d phi. That implies d phi is equal to d gamma by minus 2 gamma into root over gamma minus 1. I am explaining this to you. See, our gamma is cosec square phi. That implies gamma minus 1 is equal to cot square phi. That implies root gamma minus 1 will be how much? Cot phi. As simple as that. Why? Because cot phi is root gamma minus 1. Cosec square phi minus 1 is cot square phi. And cot square phi root over is cot phi. So it's as simple as that. So now I can write, I am again performing the step for you. So minus 2 gamma root over of gamma minus 1 d phi. So d gamma is equal to minus 2 gamma root over of gamma minus 1 d phi. So I express d gamma in the terms of gamma d phi and I obtain d phi is equal to d gamma by minus 2 gamma into root over of gamma minus 1. So that implies my indefinite integral I, which is root over of integral of cot phi into cosec cube phi into log of cosec square phi d phi. I substitute d phi with the expression d phi is equal to minus d gamma by 2 gamma root over of gamma minus 1, and cot phi is nothing but root over of gamma minus 1 as explained here, and cosec cube phi, which is cosec square phi to the power 3 by 2. Since cosec cube phi is equal to cosec square phi, power laws of exponents we studied in class 9. Understood? This is gamma to the power 3 by 2. And log of cosec square phi is simple log cosec square phi is nothing but gamma. So root over gamma minus 1, gamma to the power 3 by 2, log of gamma d phi is nothing but, here I have written minus d gamma by 2 of root over gamma minus 1 into gamma. Now gamma minus 1 root over gamma minus root over 1 root over cancelled because they are in the numerator as well as denominator. And a gamma goes here and a gamma goes here. So I obtain root over of gamma or gamma to the power 1 by 2 log gamma d gamma. And the constant here, a constant is here minus 1 by 2. 1 by means here my 1 is here. This constant term I take it out of the integrand. So minus half is outside. So I is simply minus half gamma to the power 1 by 2 log gamma d gamma. Now in this case I perform integration by parts. Understood? I perform the procedure of integration by parts. Now I hope everybody has understood what the concept of changing the variable by gamma or by phi. Understood how I introduced phi and gamma as the auxiliary variables or the dummy variables by substitution. Okay, now let's move forward. Upon performing integration by parts, by considering f of x is equal to log gamma, beg your pardon, it's f of gamma. F of gamma because we are considering the function of gamma, and g of gamma by gamma to the power 1 by 2 we obtain I is nothing but minus half log gamma into d of 2 by 3 into gamma to the power 3 by 2. How? See, log gamma. So we consider log gamma as our first function and gamma to the power 1 by 2 as our second function. And gamma to the power 1 by 2, if we perform the integral of gamma to the power 1 by 2, indefinite integral, you will check it will come 2 by 3 into gamma to the power 3 by 2 plus constant of integration. This is the indefinite integration of gamma to the power 1 by 2. So I just simply written this gamma to the power 1 by 2 as d by d gamma of 2 by 3 into gamma to the power 3 by 2 d gamma. This d gamma can cancel and I obtain I is equal to minus half into log of gamma d of 2 by 3 gamma to the power 3 by 2. Means the integration is now with respect to 2 by 3 into gamma to the power 3 by 2. Here I have written the reason. Since I is equal to half integral of gamma to the power 1 by 2 log gamma d gamma, and d by d gamma is of 2 by 3 into gamma to the power 3 by 2 is gamma to the power 1 by 2. So all this page I hope you have understood. I used the substitution of cos x square phi is equal to gamma, and our tan phi was x. X was the initial variable, tan phi I took as x, and cos x square phi I took as gamma. Let's move forward. Okay. So now my integral is minus half log gamma into d of 2 by 3 into gamma 2 by 3 by 2. I used integration by parts. Okay. This is the last page and our question is solved in this page. See. Now if you see carefully, I is equal to minus half into 2 by 3 gamma 2 by 3 by 2 log gamma minus 2 by 3 into gamma 2 by 3 by 2 into 1 by gamma d gamma. Why I used integration by parts? Log gamma d of 2 by 3 gamma to the power 3 by 2 was there. Now I will just write this part. You have studied it. Minus this function into derivative of this function integral. So 2 by 3 gamma 2 by 3 by 2 1 by gamma d gamma. Understood? Integration by parts. It's just integration by parts. So using integration by parts for this integral in terms of gamma, I obtain this integral. That implies I is equal to minus half into 2 by 3 into gamma 2 by 3 by 2 log gamma minus 2 by 3, the constant term I take outside of the integrand, integral of gamma to the power 1 by 2 d gamma. So we know gamma to the power n d gamma is equal to gamma to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. This is well known to everybody, this property of integral plus constant of integration. So that implies I is equal to, I take this 2 by 3 term common, so I obtain minus half into 2 by 3, and common I take root gamma to the power 3 by 2 log gamma, because I take this 2 by 3 common out of the parentheses, minus gamma to the power 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1 by 2 plus 1 using the property of indefinite integration. That implies I is equal to minus 1 by 3 into gamma to the power 3 by 2 log gamma minus 2 by 3 gamma to the power 3 by 2, which is the integration we performed, plus I added the constant of integration. Understood? It's just integration by parts. That implies I is equal to minus gamma to the power 3 by 2. I took gamma to the power 3 by 2 is common in both terms of this expression. See carefully. In this polynomial, gamma to the power 3 by 2 is common in this algebraic expression, not a polynomial actually. So that implies I is equal to minus gamma to the power 3 by 2 by 3 into, if I leave the common terms, I obtain 3 log gamma plus 2 by 3 plus the constant of integration, which is equal to minus gamma to the power 3 by 2 by 9 into 3 log gamma plus 2. How? If I take gamma to the power 3 by 2 common, log gamma minus 2 by 3 okay. Understood? Okay, beg your pardon, I have done a mistake here. It's minus 3 log gamma plus 2. Understood? Nope, it's correct. It's minus 2, okay? Plus 3 log 2 minus 3 log gamma minus 2 plus 3 log gamma minus 2. Understood? I just performed the integration by parts, and it's plus 3 log gamma minus 2. Understood? And if I simplify it, it's minus gamma to the power 3 by 2 by 9 into 3 log gamma minus 2. Understood? So how? Because log gamma minus 2 by 3 is nothing but 3 log gamma minus 2 by 3, and this 3 I took it outside of the parentheses and it became minus gamma to the power 3 by 2 by 9. Now we just perform the reverse substitution, because we had considered that gamma is equal to cos x square phi. See, we took cos x square phi is equal to gamma. Now in order to simplify, I use, since gamma is nothing but cos x square phi only, so I substitute gamma by cos x square phi everywhere. See, minus cos x square phi to the power 3 by 2 divided by 9 into 3 log cos x square phi plus minus 2. Oh, I committed the error everywhere. Children, it's minus 2 everywhere. Understood? It's minus 2. So I substituted gamma by cos x square phi minus cos x square phi to the power 3 by 2 by 9 into 3 log cos x square phi minus 2 plus constant of integration. If certain boundary conditions are provided in your question, you may evaluate the constant of integration. So I is equal to minus cosec cube theta. 2 cancel, cosec cube theta by 9 into 3 log cos x square is phi. Beg your pardon, it's phi. Minus cosec cube phi by 9 into 3 log cosec square phi minus 2 plus constant integration. Now I use some trigonometric identities here. Cosec phi is 1 by sin phi. Sin phi is equal to 1 minus cos square phi root over. And I use cos phi is equal to 1 by sec phi. So 1 by root over of 1 minus cos square phi is nothing but sec phi by root over of sec square phi minus 1, which is sec phi is 1 plus tan square phi. So 1 plus tan square phi root over by tan phi is equal to cosec phi. So cosec phi and tan phi is nothing but our x. X is tan phi we had considered earlier. In the first page only we had considered x is equal to tan phi substitution. So x is equal to tan phi. So our integral, indefinite integral came out to be minus cosec cube phi into 3 log cosec square phi minus 2 plus c, and cosec phi is equal to 1 plus tan square phi root over by tan phi is equal to, which is equal to 1 plus x square to the power 1 by 2 by x. So I substitute cosec phi by 1 plus x square to the power 1 by 2 by x, and I obtain minus 1 by x square plus 3 by 2, because 1 by 2 to the power 3 is equal to 3 by 2 by x cube, my 9x cube into 3 log x square plus 1, because cosec square phi, I squared it, 1 plus x square by x square means x 1 plus x square by x square means log 1 plus x square minus log x square. So I simplify the expression, and minus 2 is as it is plus the constant of integration. I hope you understood the solution. I am again explaining for your clarity. Log of cosec square phi is there. Cosec square phi, I have written it 1 plus x square by x or 1 by 2 square log of 1 plus x square by x square, which is equal to log 1 plus x square minus log x square. Log x square is nothing but 2 log x. So log 1 plus x square minus 2 log x. So here 3 is multiplied. 3 log of 1 plus x square minus 6 log x plus minus 2 plus c. I hope everybody understood question number 24. And our function was x root over x square plus 1 into log of x square plus 1 minus 2 log x by x to the power 4. Thank you very much, and continue studying integration because it's very interesting. Thank you very much.